Today's episode of PTG is brought to you by the one and only Trans Labs that brought the world two amazing products. First off, Transfuse, which is a hydration multiplier, and most recently, they just dropped Transcend, which is a nootropic energy formula. No matter what you use, when you choose Trans Labs, you are going to be boosted and you are going to be ready to charge the paintball field and win out there. With Transfuse, that is a premium rapid hydration multiplier and immunity fortifying formula scientifically designed to replenish you at the cellular level. And they use all natural ingredients in this product. We've got zinc, we've got vitamin B6, we've got vitamin C, sodium, potassium, choline, and it is an amazing way to make sure that you're hydrated and prepared to play top-level paintball. When it comes to Transcend, that is a premium nootropic energy formula designed to increase cognitive performance, elevate mood and clarity while supporting long-term brain health, and it's going to leave you feeling great with no crash or jitters. It's one of the only products in the nootropic space backed by research studies to ensure the formula is correct for optimal performance. It is more potent than anything on the market, and it will keep you charged and ready to win out there. I take 1 scoop, but if you're stimulant sensitive, take a half scoop, and if you want that LFG dose to launch to the moon, dump 2 scoops in your drink and you are going to be flying down that paintball field. Comes in 2 delicious flavors, Baja Blast and Skittles Candy for the Transcend. And for the Transfuse, they have 2 new flavors as well, Pineapple Express and Hawaiian Punched. So if you get a chance, head over to translabs.com. That's TRANZLABS.com. Use code PLAYTHEGAME and you'll get 10% off. If you subscribe to a monthly delivery service, you also get 10% off as well. So you can take advantage of 20% off on these products. Head over to translabs.com and give it a go. This episode is brought to you by Lone Wolf Paintball. They are an amazing online supplier and have been around since the beginning of the game as Michigan's premier paintball field and paintball supplier since 1987. They are rapidly expanding into the online retail space and supplying everything you need to be the best paintball player you can be. They have got it all. Head over to lonewolfpaintball.com and shop all of your favorite brands. And they also boast amazing customer service and will have this out to you with same-day shipping, which is amazing. It's always nice to know that your stuff is on its way immediately so you can start to use it that very next weekend of play. Check out their YouTube, Lone Wolf Paintball, and their Instagram, @LoneWolfPB, and stay up to date with all of their deals and sales. Play the Game podcast is immensely honored to have them on board, and we cannot wait for you guys to check out lonewolfpaintball.com and become a part of their community. Mega drop alert. This episode is brought to you by HK Army. If you guys have not checked it out yet, head over to hkarmy.com. They just dropped a ton of new gear for 2023. The Sonic Loader, new laser barrel kits and tips, and my personal favorite, the Zero GX harness. I have been rocking this harness since World Cup and training with it a ton, and it is honestly the greatest harness I've ever used. The pod pack does not wiggle around and move at all. No matter how much paint you load into it, it's going to stay stable while you navigate the paintball field out there. It is a 4+3 pack. Traditionally, these can carry around 11 pods, but the Zero GX has 2 additional quick draw holsters for you to carry up to 13 pods. Now let's talk loaders. There have been a ton of new loaders released at Cup, and I'm sure a bunch of you are still wondering what to choose. If you're looking for something affordable and amazing, the HK Army Sonic Loader gets the job done, reaching 16 plus balls per second and coming in under $100. So all those fans out there adding paintball gear to your Christmas list and getting ready for the 2023 season, make sure to check out hkarmy.com for the new mega drop. Use code PTG and get free shipping on your next order. Go check it out.
What's going on, PTG Nation? Thank you guys so much for tuning in, as always. This episode is really special. We have an absolute banger for you guys. This is one of the more down-to-earth, raw, rugged, real, whatever you want to call it. This is one of the more just truly relatable shows that we've done in a very long time. We were lucky enough to have Paddy Gleason on, somebody who wears his heart on his sleeve and plays with a ton of passion. There's a lot of reasons why this man plays with this much passion. And we were able to get him on and talk to him for a little bit. It was short but sweet. You know, it's holiday time and everyone's busy, so we wanted to, get you guys some great content out to digest right before we head into the holiday weekend. So without further ado, we're going to hop in the show.
That was an insane inside move by Marcelo Margot. Great communication.
And the crowd starts chanting Harmon.
Great shot by all the guys. So Tyler Harmon saved that game.
He came out with 2 wins. Marcelo Margot was on fire.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have none other than Paddy Gleason. This has been a show we've wanted to have for a long time. It's definitely long overdue. Paddy Gleason of Seattle Thunder and Off the Leash Training. Love what you've been doing in the community, man. Love how you came onto the scene and just really have been a full-on force out there. So first of all, man, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us. How you doing?
PTG, what's up, baby? Boys in the building.
Let's go. Boys are in the building.
Let's go, Paddy.
Things are good. Happy holidays to everybody.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you too, man. And thank you so much for dropping into the show. You saved the day, actually. We had another guest lined up that couldn't make it, and justifiably. And we had, a message sent out to you, and you were like, yeah, let's do it. Let's rock. We're coming on.
Yeah, man. You know what? I enjoy what I do for a living, and I enjoy you guys. I enjoy PTG. I enjoy OTL. And so you got to make things happen for what you enjoy to do. You know what I mean? So it was no sweat.
That's what it's all about, man. And for the listeners who don't know what OTL is, that's that off the leash lifestyle. And it's an amazing brand. And Paddy has been spearheading that in so many different ways, with obviously your training, physical training, mental training, nutrition. You're on top of it all and really hungry. And that's what makes you such a dominant player in the pro league. There's a lot of players out there that could be really great paintball players, but maybe don't put in the extra work that you're putting in. And that's why you're getting the type of production that you've been getting. So kind of give everybody the scoop on OTL and what you got going up there in the Northwest.
Well, thank you. That was quite an intro, and no, I appreciate it. And where to start? I think maybe going and unboxing what you just said, like entering the league, having OTL and Off the Leash, just gotta embody what I stand behind, right? And that's kind of how Off the Leash organically started. It was just between me and my friend. And when I moved up here to the mainland, I was just doing my thing in the gym. And he's like, who's this new kid? He's a, beast off the leash. And it just kind of stuck. And then whenever we would say something's like off the chain or anything like that, we just recoined it as, oh, that's off the leash. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that kind of stuck, but really it is just a branch off of me, right? Another appendage off of me. And that's where you get the whole lifestyle behind the brand is just because I embody that so much. And getting into the league, like you said, like you can be really good at this sport and that can only take you so far. I've always been a dog, you know what I mean? I've always just been hungry to get that, not scared to grind, that whole mentality. And some people talk about it, and then, the real ones that are really about it, and I think that is what shows, I talk to my athletes all the time about accelerated growth. I think that's been a huge thing for me. Right. And being an ex-addict, I'm impulsive, right? I want things quick. I want it fast, and I want to get from A to B as fast as I can. And that's what that accelerated growth is. And there's a lot to kind of unpack in that. But you can just see it through my nature, through my play style, through everything, that I'm on that mission, right? I came into the sport late. Well, I came into the pro division late. So I have only so much time to accomplish what I want to accomplish, right? And so you have to have a certain mindset and outlook in order to get you there.
Absolutely love that. Shout out to my Naughty Dogs one time, because you got a couple of the original dogs from the OG days on your squad. And the Northwest has an amazing paintball scene. I actually played for the Naughty Dogs, so mad love for some of the squad members. And dude, for being just the wholesome dude that you are. You're vulnerable. You let people know your story. You really care about the process, which we talk tirelessly about. And you love this game like we all do. So it's, we got PTG Nation rocking with you along the whole journey, OTL, PTG collabs to come soon, and everything in between, because we really appreciate what you do in the game.
I appreciate that, man. I really do, from the bottom of my heart. I just, I was just got done on another podcast, and it's like coming from where I come from, and then to now be on this platform. And I mean, just take this, for instance, talking with Marcelo and you. I mean, come on, pinch me, man. I mean, let's go. It's 2022.
Bro, we feel the same about you. I literally feel sitting down here, just hearing your story in passing. You and I haven't had many, direct one-on-one conversations, but I'm somewhat familiar with your story. I would love if you're willing to share a little bit about it, because it actually hits very close to home. I have quite a few family members and myself who have struggled with addiction, things that I've never talked about on PTG. A lot of people don't really know much about the inner workings of my family. Tyler is very familiar with my situation, and my family's been one of my best friends for a long time. But, for me, a lot of it hasn't always been public consumption. Paintball has always been my vehicle, my vessel, my kind of escape to where I can be what I want to be, and not carry any of the baggage with me. What I really appreciate and love about what you've done is you've created this space where it's relatable, and a lot of people go through these struggles and they're afraid to talk about it. They're afraid to get help. They think it makes them less of a man or woman or less of a person, less of a human being. And you've owned it and really become somebody that I think a lot of people, myself included, can look up to. You've become somebody in the community that has become a very dominant force on the field. I was talking to Tyler before the show of like, Paddy and your paintball career. Forget all the other stuff that, in my opinion, makes you a much better human being than what you do on the paintball field. But on the paintball field, you have, and it's that dog that you're talking about, you have separated yourself with, okay, you've looked at it like, all right, I limited amount of time. I'm not going to be able to have more experience than the people that I'm going to play against, but I could work harder. My first ball can be better. My athleticism can be better. All of the things that I'm in control of can be better on the field, and it shows in your play. And it does put you in a different category than other cats that are, been playing as long as you or in the pro division as long as you, that don't put that effort in. And maybe even some that have more experience, right? Like, it's allowed you to close the gap because of your work ethic and just the type of person you are. Honestly, I don't know where I was going with that. Kind of went off on a little bit of a tangent, man, but it's just a lot of admiration.
Dude, that's what's up, Marcel. And, the ability to step into like your space and open you up like that with mentioning things that you've never mentioned with PTG fans before. I think that's what like OTL is all about, right? We try to be honest with ourselves, but then also share our stories with others so that we are relatable, right? I mean, there's so much power in you opening up about that, but it's your choice, and I get it.
Totally.
Like, paintball is a different avenue and different journey than like your personal life, right? And to each his own. You keep them separated. And for me personally, it was definitely, it's prevalent in our sport. You know what I mean?
Totally.
And
yes.
I have like,
For
me, a big mission is just to desensitize or take away the stigma behind it. Right. Because if you haven't personally dealt with it, then like you were saying, then you at least know a handful of people outside your circle that have dealt with it as well. Right. So it's not, it's so hush hush, but it's not either. Right. Because we can all be so connected. It's like that person to the 6th degree mentality, right?
Totally.
And it's like it's prevalent everywhere. And so it's really not, people are like, so you're so brave to share your story. Not really. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just sharing my story in hopes to be a beacon for someone else that can just latch onto it and relate it. And if it saves one person's life, then it, it's worth it, which it already has. So then I just keep going, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And if I can just kind of cue into another thing that you were saying, I love that you put it in the terms of like, not me as a whole, but as my pro career. Let me just kind of revisit and let the PTG fans know that it's never too late revisit your dream of playing pro paintball. We got people stepping
Straight
away,
up.
but then coming right back. And that's part of my story. And then when I came back, I just want the younger division guys to know I entered the pro division in 2018 from D4. I went from D4 to pro with only one other national event under my belt. So I've had now from 2018 to now, I think I've had maybe 18 or 19 national tournaments, and 18 of those are pro, right? I only have one other one. So it's like you can just make
That's
your
wild.
story however you fucking want. Like,
Real quick, Patty, how the fuck did that happen? how did that happen? Did Corey Field just see you at the field and was like, "Yep, I want this dude on my team. This is the guy that I want on our team." Like, what?
He's a go-getter. Hey, when you're a go-getter.
I think that's often slept on, right? I mean, I grew up in the pro division. No joke. I mean, so if you take it back, I mean, I've been playing since 99, and so I've been playing a long time, right? And when I graduated in high school in 2004, I moved to the mainland in pursuits of becoming a pro paintball player.
Real quick, Patty, are you from Hawaii? Where are you from?
Yeah. So I'm born and raised on Maui.
Oh, dope. Super dope.
Amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that you guys call the mainland.
Big love. Let's go.
Nice.
Big love to Hawaii. The
yeah.
and
then so even taking that, right, coming up through the sport on the islands, like we don't have exposure to other pro teams or even higher levels than most people do, right? We got ourselves, and we can only get better as we expand that ceiling. You know what I mean? Like it was really upon ourselves to get better ourselves. And then Marcel, I don't know if Tyler, you might remember too. Do you remember Keikoa?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so Keikoa was a boy of mine. He was younger and basically taught him everything that I knew.
No.
And then he went off and did his thing with Dynasty.
Damn. Well, he did it with Aftermath first. Him and I were teammates on. Yeah, we were teammates on Aftermath.
Dynasty Blast, Oakland. Yeah. Yep. So he did his thing for a little bit.
Oh,
Keikoa is the man. We love Keikoa.
That was my little nephew, man.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
That's wild.
So I tried to go out and do my thing. I just had a different story, right? When I moved off, I was trying to pursue pro paintball and got so much until I think so I moved off in 2004. It was around 2007 and 8-ish, around there. And that's what I knew Corey and the Naughty Dogs, because by then I was living in Eugene. And so they knew, I knew them, they knew me. I was knocking on the doorstep, went to the tryouts and everything like that. And I remember I went to one tryout, and then it was a Saturday, Sunday type of thing. And I never went to Sunday. And after that, I never touched a gun after that. And I don't know at the time it was because I was dope sick, to be honest. Like I was not feeling very good Sunday morning, and I was like, fuck it. Things started to snowball, and that was actually the last time I touched a gun until 2012. After I went through my whole journey, hitting rock bottom, all of that, and then got myself together and then picked it back up in 2012. Yeah. Once Corey kind of heard through the grapevine that I was kind of back in action, I think I was going to move back up to the mainland. I know this is a lot. I was going to move back up to the mainland, and it was at the end of 2017 when they had that kind of rocky season where they were going to get relegated, and then ended up getting a spot and basically brought me out for a tryout, and I did my thing. And then now it's just the history, man.
Yeah. And there's always hope. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know like the holidays, even right now, can be one of the toughest times in the world for a lot of people. And there's just always hope. And you don't know it, but we care about you. There's so many people that care about you. And like your story is tremendous to so many listeners out there, because it's tough right now, man. And people are going through a lot on so many different levels. And if there's ever a place that you can come to where you can hear some positive affirmations and that we care about you. You know, you're worth it. That's what this platform is all about. And that's what your story is all about. There's always hope, man. And, you know, we want to see you be great. That's what it's all about. And when you get people together and they start thinking like that together, miracles happen, you know, and we've seen it through your program. There's so many amazing facets of paintball that provide that nourishment to the soul for so many people in this game, you know, and that's, I think, why so many of us gravitate to this sport, because it fills the void that kind of the world, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it's there's a lot going on, and paintball is just like this special serum that just cures it all, you know. And it's amazing to see you and your squad doing such great work, and your story is tremendous. I want to know, you know, how it progressed from that moment on when you decided, you know, I'm going this way, I'm going up, we're going to make this happen, I'm going to work my ass off, and I'm going to be great, you know. And that's what we're seeing greatness.
Look, you can taste success in many different ways, right? Obviously, one taste of success that I'd like to get is what, you know, Marcelo gets at the end of World Cup, and just through having a fantastic few seasons, right? Like, you can have paintball success. I want that. You know, I want that. But you can also get success through other areas as well, right? And getting clean was obviously a huge success for me. And it was the little bits and pieces that I've picked along that journey that has given me the confidence and just that beast mentality to be going in, whether it's paintball, whether it's my training, whether it's coaching, whatever I direct my energy towards or end up focusing my eyes on is going to get it. You know what I mean? And that's the journey of my pro started when I got clean, right? So 2018 was my first season pro. I got clean in 2011. So that's 7 years, right? Of me redeveloping myself. So there's always this backstory, right? And I feel like timing is everything. Kind of like with me coming on PTG, you know what I mean? It's always timing, right? Everything is, it always just lines up how it's supposed to be. And in 2011, when I got clean, started playing paintball, but there was a lot going on. I just previously got done talking about how, like, I started using so early that I never really developed the skill set or confidence to complete anything. I just always resorted to getting high, you know, and when I finally removed that, then I was left with this kind of identity crisis of not even knowing how to function, you know what I mean, as a contributing member of society. So it was like, you start off small, right? You start jumping over all these little hurdles, like paying a fucking bill or waking up and brushing your teeth, like, you know, and you start just stringing along all these little things, and it builds up this self-confidence in yourself, right? And then I enrolled in like school full-time, work full-time, recovery full-time, you know, and you can take that as like, yo, that's just addict mentality. Sure. Like, I could just go in, you know what I mean? And without looking back, my ability to just jump into the unknown, I've gotten accustomed to, and how to navigate through the unknown and like be calm in chaos, right? It's just a skill set that I have developed throughout these years. And you start jumping these little hurdles, and it's just like a fucking waterfall effect, right? You just start getting this confidence that like, okay, I can achieve this. And then, you know, moving to the mainland and playing pro, but then also starting my own company, and then becoming the strength and conditioning coach for the Major League Rugby team out of here. Like, things just start dominoing, you know what I mean? And you just become this wrecking ball. And I don't mean to discredit anyone playing pro paintball, but the things that I've done and everything like that, I'm like, winning a fucking event can't be fucking that hard. You know what I mean? In comparison to other things. I know. And he laughed, but it's like, in my mind, like, I trick myself, right? In my mind, that's what I tell myself. You know what I mean? Like, I know that they're like the reality of it. There's more to it besides that, right? It's not just an individual sport. It's a team sport. You got to have everything going. I get it. But like, there has been feats that have been accomplished greater than winning an NXL event.
Absolutely. Every single
you know
day.
what I mean? And I just, that is one of my notches on the list. Of course, I have many more, but that's just kind of how I go through life, man.
Tremendous. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You know, it's you bring up addiction mentality, right? Which is something that I for sure have. And this thought crossed my mind today when I was driving home from the gym, because we had this dynasty meeting. It was like a 2-hour phone conference. It was important for the ownership group to get together and have a discussion about quite a few different things heading into the next year. And I was late for, every day at 12 in the past 2 weeks. Part of my program has been playing basketball in the pickup league. And really the basketball's fun. That's cool, but it's such great cardio. And I know what I feel like when I leave. And so it's so funny. I told the guys, I said, hey, I have a 12 o'clock stop time. And then we're pushing up against 12 and I could tell we still have like an hour to go. And I was like, okay, I could push a little bit. I got like 20 minutes. And then, we're in an important conversation. Like, hey guys, I got to go. And I know that a lot of them don't understand it. The joke is, Marcel, he's just at the gym. Like he has nothing going on. He's just at the gym. But what I've realized, and I was thinking about this on my car ride home, I was realizing I've replaced a lot of different substances. When I was, I experimented with a lot of different things when I was in my teens, right? I lived with my friend's family. My dad at the time was very sick. It's a very long story that we've never quite gotten into. Maybe one day sit down and do it justice. But I was living with a friend's family, and my friend and he played paintball at the time as well. We both actually tried out for San Diego Aftermath together when we were 13. He made the team, and he played amazing, and I didn't play so good, but we both made the team. And I remember Mike Hinman was like, look, you didn't have a great day, but I know you're good, and then Kevin played amazing. Both made the team. Both throughout that time started experiencing with things, and Kevin went down a different path. I eventually was able to pull back because paintball was going so well for me. He ended up quitting paintball and wasn't able to heal his addiction. It got really dark and really unfortunate. He's no longer with us. He passed away in 2017. And my older sister, my mom, it's been in the family, right? And so I fortunately had paintball that was going so well that I was able to say, you know what, I need to really focus on this. I need to kind of shift everything. And this isn't helping me get to those points. I need to really dial in on this career that I love. And I'm lucky that I was able to do that at that age. But the addictive mentality is still there. It's just with different things.
Yeah.
Like on my drive home today, I was thinking about the gym. I was like, it's so funny. I'm so religious about working out, and people don't understand. They're like, you would rather go to the gym than like spend time with the family. And in my mind, I'm like, you don't understand. I'm actually like replacing addiction. This is a very important thing for me to be able to go to the gym, work out, get a very good exercise, and feel good. I leave, my endorphins are flowing. My body feels good. I feel good. I'm getting high, actually, is what I'm doing. That's what people that work out do. You get high. There is a chemical release that makes you feel good. It's healthy. It's great for you. It's absolutely a benefit to your overall life and your well-being. But it's so funny that we're sitting here having this conversation. And today, driving home, it was like made apparent to me. I was like, it's so funny. I've replaced certain things with going to the gym. Like, it's everyone that knows me, my close group, they know like at a certain time, I'm going to be doing this. At a certain time, I'm going to be doing that. And with paintball, it's the same thing. Like, okay, let me set my schedule. And it's just so disciplined and regimented and addictive.
Right.
I've just transferred that addictive personality to things that are going to benefit me. And I understand it's easier said than done. I truly do. There's a lot of other things that come along with addiction and those kind of struggles. But it's something that I think paintball has been, this is why we're like huge advocates of this game. This game is just one of those things that can challenge you in so many ways. And if you really dive into the process, it can save you from a lot of bad things. I know, because personally it's been there for me. I know, Tyler can attest to that as well. And you have been very vocal about it. And here you are with everything you've got going on.
100%. Yeah. Oh, go for it, Tyler.
It's a lifesaver. That's all I was going to say. Paintball is an absolute lifesaver.
And I've been recently, I mean, yes, I say like the addict personality and stuff like that. And recently I've been trying to watch my narrative of that. And you know, I will never forget my roots, but also I think that this addict, quote unquote, kind of personality is also just behavior traits that highly functioning people have. You know what I mean? Like you have accolades behind your name, and you have routines that you do, and you have systems that work. Obviously they're working, right? And people can come in and try to attack like what we do, like, oh, you go to the gym too much, or you do this, or you know, whatever it is. I think other people may judge, but whatever the formula is, like, it's been working for you, it's been working for me. And so it's like I try to now stay away from this kind of addict mentality, and it's just like, no, I'm just highly functioning. And like I'm a high performer. I'm a high performer in whatever I do, right? That's the kind of narrative that I tell myself, because yeah, if I keep saying like, oh, that's just my addict mentality, then I can get real grimy with myself, you know, and just be like, yeah, I'm still kind of like down here. But if I'm a high performer, I'm up here. And
that's funny. I put the twist on it that it's okay to be an addict. Yeah. I think there's many things it's great to be addicted to. You know, I love being addicted to paintball. I love being addicted to growth. I love being addicted to learning. I love being addicted to my health. You know, like to me, those are great things to be obsessive about, you know? So it's funny, you know, everyone, you got to kind of put whatever own personal spin you need on whatever it is that you're doing to make it fit for you, you know? And so for me, that's the spin I've put on it. Is addictive personality just means that I have the ability to really achieve whatever I want in this thing if I go all in, because I know I'm going to go all in. I know, like, I'm not going to choose to do something and just kind of half-ass it or skip days, or, you know, I'm not feeling it today. No, I said I'm going to be there. I have to be there. I need to be there. Otherwise, I don't feel good about myself. You know, if I made that agreement with myself that I'm going to do something in the morning, I'm going to go to the gym at a certain time, or I'm going to meet friends for a pickup game at noon at a certain time. It's crazy how, like, I'll text people. I'm like, I can't believe you didn't show up. They're like, what do you mean? We like loosely talked about playing today. I'm like, no, we said we're going to be here at 12. He's like, it's pickup basketball, bro. Chill out. I'm like, dude, you're a loser. See ya. You know, like, straight, like that is it. It is just so, you know, whether it's paintball, golf, it just doesn't matter. And so that part of the addictive personality of mine, that I love it. I think it's truly been the fuel to so many of my achievements. And, you know, no matter how big or small, I celebrate every achievement. Literally, no matter how big or small. If I win a tic-tac-toe game, I'm celebrating it, you know, as you should. Everybody should celebrate. Maybe not in that manner, you know, but to myself, I'm celebrating it. Like, yeah, you know what? You're the shit. They can't even beat you in tic-tac-toe. You know, like, that self-talk is important, you know, and you earn that self-talk from following through on the agreements you make with yourself, you know. And when you say that you're going to be somewhere, or you're going to do something in the morning, and then you wake up and you don't feel good, or you have another thing on your mind, and you don't follow through on the thing that you said you were going to do to yourself, not to anyone else, that's when you lose confidence, because now you don't have integrity. You don't even believe yourself. So how can you have like confidence? How can you, you know, have the ability to go and succeed in something when you don't even think that you can keep your own word to yourself? You know,
and I feel that, and let me just kind of pivot here on the conversation and say, like, self-development is always evolving. You know what I mean? And we get into these kind of like focus straight ahead, and like this is, and maybe you can go back to like addict mentality, right? Because this is one of the things that I always have to be self-aware and kind of check myself on. But like creature of habit, right? And so like, but we're always, like I said, we're always evolving. So what may work for me right now may not work for me a year down the road or 5 years down the road, right? So I have to be vigilant in that sense, where I always got to kind of take a deep breath and take a look at my surroundings, because I can easily get into like, this is my way. Boom. Like, that's easy for me, right? Just being a robot, kind of just boom, boom, boom. But then a year, 6 months down the road, I can kind of be like frustrated with myself and be like, why aren't things working? Right. But then I, you know, like I said, take a deep breath and look around and be like, well, that's because your schedule's not working anymore. You have to evolve. right? You have to kind of morph into this next version of yourself. So I just wanted to kind of pivot and kind of take a little detour on that, because people can get, I think right now, you know, you got the Goggins, you got these kind of personas out there that tell you like, you have to just go, you're not a man unless you go this way. And I just want to encourage people that there's always a way, and you create that way. You don't listen to the 3-step process that someone else made. You create that 3-step process yourself, right? You find out what works. So I
love Goggins.
I do too. No. Don't get me wrong. That guy.
I listen to him and I'm like, bro, no, I need my 2 days of rest. I know what I need. You're fucking nuts. And good for you.
He gets me pumped up, man.
Exactly.
He does, but then I'm like, all right, cool. I need to calm down a little bit.
And you need all of it. You know, you need all of that.
It's all not tools for your toolbox.
That's right. Yeah, you got to build that up. Yeah, you need it all.
Man, this has already been one of my favorite episodes ever, dude. Paddy, you're just a gem. Truly, you're as raw as it gets, which is fantastic, man.
You guys are the gems. I'm just here being a soundboard.
Dude,
come on. No, we got the soundboard. Speaking of the soundboard, let's give Paddy a round of applause over here.
Let's go, Paddy.
Little golf clap.
Heck yeah.
So Paddy, let's dive in a little bit to some paintball stuff, if you don't mind. You know, about Seattle Thunder. Hell of a year. You know, hell of a last couple seasons for the organization, you know, continuously like kind of losing players, would lose, you know, quote unquote, the best player and then do better the next year, like just continuously bounce back. Fair enough. Absolutely. Clearly, you know, well, to me, what it showed is that there's a culture in Seattle that has become larger than any one player. Right. And, you know, coincidence or not, it seems that it's been ever since you've been on the team. You know, and that's look, Corey Field I love Corey. Corey's the man. He's done such a fantastic job with that organization, just making sure that organization stays competitive. Really with like not much funding, little opportunity as far as practicing other top level pro teams. You know, Corey has truly done a dynamite job. Tons of respect for Corey. He's just a legend in the game. He does suck at fantasy football though.
Just want to throw that out. I've been on our side of the fence many times when he's fucking cursing out his phone, talking about his points. And I'm like, dude, are you even good at this game? Why do you even do it, bro?
It's so funny. Yeah, what's funny is he's literally first place in our league right now, and every message he sends is how shitty his team is, and he's gonna lose this round and that round. And I'm like, bro, him and I are tied for first. We both had the first round bye, so we're waiting to play next week, and hopefully I'll see him in the finals.
Too funny, bro. That's too funny.
100%. But no, Corey's the man, truly. But it says a lot about the culture of the team. And we talk about culture here on PTG a lot, right? And how important culture of a team, business, whatever it is, like the culture, the environment, that's really everything. So what's that been like? Have you had any say in or any like influence on that? I gotta imagine you have.
Yeah. Dude, Thunder definitely holds a special place in my heart. You know, I will forever be a part of that organization and hold it up to the highest regard. So when I got on, I was already a huge Thunder fan, right? So when I got on, it was another like God shot. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit, like I'm here. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think what I've always been so proud of is the change of, so you want to talk about culture, right? The change of narrative that I had a huge influence, right? I'll just flat out say it, right? Is the change how people talked about Thunder. I feel like, right? Yes, I come on and talk about my story and stuff like that, but keep in mind in the background, I always represent Thunder. You know what I mean? And so I can come on to major platforms and put Thunder kind of on the map in that sense. And so when I come on, if you remember 2017, I mean, they weren't the most liked team to talk about. You know what I mean? I remember people always just kind of shitting on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they were going to get relegated. You get the paintball trolls talking about it, this and that. 2018, we're on. And that's with Harrison Fry. We had a couple of new guys, Harrison Fry being the biggest one. And we went all of 2018, like all 4 events without winning a fucking match. You know what I mean? And it wasn't until Philly, I think the last match of the tournament, that we won one. Maybe it was the 3rd event. I'm a little blurred now. But yeah, we went like 12 straight matches without winning, whatever it is. Chicago comes around. We by luck, we did, well enough to where we weren't going to get regulated. Okay. People don't understand the barragement of comments that you get when you're in that position, especially coming from where I'm at, right? I come from D4 up into the pro division. I'm self-reflecting like a motherfucker. Like, holy shit, do I deserve to be here? Like, this is crazy. And we made it out of that safely, right? And then 2019, like each year had progressively kind of gotten a little bit better. Let's just say that, right? And I don't think a lot of players these days appreciate the value of adversity, right? I think all the greats, all you two, all the greats that are on the top of the list nowadays had a period where they got their fucking teeth knocked in. You know what I'm saying? And then that's why you are who you are today. I think a lot of the young players want the fast track to the glory, right?
Don't work like that.
And so we had some team, we had some players leave. I don't hold it against them at all. Like, there's no bad blood. We're still great friends, but it's like no one wanted to stick around and ride it out, and just see where this went, and I was, I'm huge into loyalty, right? Corey's my best friend. I'm not going nowhere. You know what I mean? I'm going to ride this bitch out and see how far I can take it. And if no one's going to do it, then I'm going to fucking do it. You know what I mean? It's almost like pick the team up on your back and carry it. I'm not saying that happened, but my mindset, right?
Yeah.
That's my mindset. And so
damn, imagine if every player's thinking like that. What happens?
Dude,
what happens?
Pro paintball
You end up winning
expands,
championships.
Man. Pro
You end
paintball
up winning.
expands.
You end up winning. Everything expands. Yes, that's right.
So that's where I'm at. And then to go all this way, and this was, safely our best season thus far, and I was extremely proud of the lineage of that Thunder has done, and finishing in, I think, 6th place and having quite a run of it. You know what I mean? And then coming from where I always just got to remember we're coming from where I'm at. You know what I mean? It's not like you put that yardstick in front of you, you put that yardstick behind you and see how far you come. You know what I mean?
6th place overall for the 2022 professional season.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Is an insane feat. You're talking about, you placed ahead of Russian Legion, one of the most iconic organizations. Granted, everyone says, they missed the minor, so they got docked. Sure, that's fine. You placed above Baltimore Revo. They were at every single event. San Diego Aftermath, right? Uprising, Level. They've been in it for, like, New York Extreme, Infamous. Infamous was 15th overall, to say that you guys, weren't in the mix all season long is crazy. And like all of those games could have went either direction.
And we still don't get the love that I feel like we deserve, right? Through the commentaries and stuff like that. So whether it's a chip on my shoulder or not, I'm calling it as it is. You know what I mean?
Hey, you keep wearing that chip, man. It makes you better.
Yeah. And so like, let's unpack this last season too a little bit. Dude, craziness, right? We merged with the Bears. So 5 of us OG Thunder guys merged with semi-pro Bears.
That's right.
New York.
What has that been like? Talk to us a little bit about that.
West Coast.
Shout out to Magic Mike, man. Brooklyn Bears.
Yeah, Magic Mike.
some of those dudes, we literally grew up, like the Altimore brothers grew up playing against them in D3 when we were like in 2005.
Yeah.
They were on East Coast Empire, that whole crew.
Let me just say that those New York guys have become some of my favorite people. Oh my God, bro. It was a fun ass season. You know what I mean? And we
Mobilizer. You get the Mobilizers?
Yo, you got that Mobilizer?
Do you remember that practice goes in my memory bank too, bro. I've never laughed so hard, bro.
Hey, we've been training. Tell them, Patty. Tell them we've been training, man. We've been going at it.
Let me just say though, like, people don't understand. Yes, that was our end result, but with the locations and everything, we didn't practice. Like, as being a new team, we didn't practice until those 2 weekends before. You know what I mean? So you add that up. That's 2, 4. We didn't practice before Sacramento. 6, 8 practices together all year.
Mm-hmm.
And to kind of stunt like that, I mean, come on. I mean, I'll chalk it up as a success. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
it was a fun season. It was also very challenging at the same time.
It's a great point to keep building from, right? You get that taste. You see that the production, the work ethic is paying off. You're getting the types of points you're looking for. You're getting the kind of results you're looking for. And it's just a great way to enter into 2023 with the squad. And I know it's probably a little bit cold up in the Northwest right now, but I know everyone's working hard. And do you have any fiery news, some spicy news for us on PTG about the name? What's going on with the name for next season?
Hey, the block is hot. Let me tell you that.
The block is hot.
The block is hot, boys.
Is it staying or what do we got?
I don't
The
know if I'm
Thunder
gonna get
Bears.
myself in trouble for this,
Thunder
but
Bears.
you can hear it out of the horse's mouth. We knew for the most part last season, and it was, confirmed last season that it was, Seattle Thunder's switching over to the Bears. That's, I don't have any doubt that I'm able to disclose that it's happening. That was always the plan. That's why we merged with them. It was, that is what it is. That's why this last season was so important for me. And for the OG Thunder guys, you know what I mean? We knew that this was kind of like our last hurrah as the blue and green, you know what I mean? So that, I think you gotta pull. Every season's different, right? And you got to kind of pull from something in order for you to be greater than you are. You know what I mean? And I felt like that was my pull to pull me into the next bracket of my next level, as it may. That was my fire that kind of ignited me each event. You know what I mean? And I think that I had the best event that I probably have had thus far. I was fucking balling. So
yeah, man, you're having fun out there, and the team's like a locust, shedding that skin, metamorphosizing into a new entity, and still going to be bringing that same passion to the game that you always do, and the squad always does, and we can't wait to see it, man.
Well,
yes,
yeah, Paddy, will you be part? Well, how many of the Thunder guys will be part of the Brooklyn Bears? Is it just a name change, or is there going to be some roster changes as well?
I'll just be clear right now. I saw that there was a little bit of a leak today. And I'll just say right now, as far as I know, the name change is happening. Other than that we've kept everything the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
would if I were Mike, and we need to get Magic Mike on the damn show. I've met that dude multiple.
Hey,
Mike is awesome. We got to get him on the show.
Shout out to the Bears. Nothing against them. Like I said, those guys are now up to some of my favorite people on the planet. We had a great season, and as far as I know, everything has kind of stayed the same. And let me just say this too. As soon as Cup ended, I haven't really thought about paintball. So with that being said, I give myself from the weekend of the 11th or whatever that we're done with Cup all the way to the New Year's to kind of just disconnect, do my thing. I started up with the rugby guys, so that's been my main focus. So I haven't really even given paintball all that much thought.
Totally.
Paddy.
Yeah. And
Yeah. So speaking of, we're in the off season right now, and this is something a lot of the PTG listeners have been wanting and curious about. And it's just funny. It fell into our lap today by happenstance. Literally, it was perfect. This is like the perfect damn fit to have you on the show. Timing is everything. And timing somehow always. Whoa, excuse me.
Bless you.
Goodness. Ooh, I don't know what was just trying to leave my body, but I tried to contain it. I was thinking like banana. What can players and what should players be doing during the offseason to prepare for the next year?
Yeah. I personally love the offseason for my OTL athletes. It's the only 3 or 4 month span that I can completely have my hands on them. once the season starts, between divisional and NXL and local events, like, yo, divisional players grind. Like, they are all over the place. So it's like I have to kind of play patchwork with their training programs once the season starts.
Yeah.
But during the off season, I can take them through like true training blocks and really build them up. So with my guys, I'm taking them through 3 phases and kind of just starting from scratch, building them back up, laying down the foundation, working on some things that I feel is applicable to the field. And right now, I honestly feel like I'm hitting it out of the park with these guys. Strength gains are up. Working on their form and working on their application on the field. Grayson Gladstone, give him a shout out. He's been with me since he was in semi-pro, and we were constantly working together. And it showed in his production. He's just been an animal himself. So the way that I train, I don't try to run them too much during the off season. They might complain and say that I run them a little too much. I feel like I don't run them too much, and try and increase their intensity in the gym wise. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Plus,
of course.
the weather's shitty. Maybe if you're in California and some of the nicer places, but in the Northwest and on the East, like, it's shitty. You can't really go out and do a bunch of conditioning and sprint drills and stuff like that. So you have to be outside the box. So then I try and put like I focus more on like maybe volume and velocity and what they're doing with strength training, right? Redirect their focus. And then you just build that up until right before the season. Then you start sprinkling in some of the conditioning, some of the, getting their cardio back up, and start switching gears so that there's not so much impact and a little bit more just explosive work and stuff like that you're doing right before the event. So
what are some of your favorite exercises that are geared towards paintball fitness? Because obviously paintball is like such a different sport than any other thing. It requires different movements, mobility, all that. Like, what are some of your like core favorite things to do to train for paintball? Without giving up too much. Look, everybody needs to go sign up for.
No, that's fine. I'm not holding. Share the knowledge. You know what I mean? One, I mean, you really hit it. I think the one thing that really surprised me that has hit the mark the most is mobility drills. I don't think people understand what stretching is and what mobility is and the difference between both of them, and being able to control yourself in end ranges, right? And which is going to reduce your risk of injury, right? So like the implementation of that and actual protocols holds tremendous value for these athletes. And I've trained with the pro paintball players too. And then I put them through the same thing and they're like, holy shit, this is a fucking game changer. It's like, yeah, no shit. And so mobility would be number one. Hip power. So like the trap bar. I like to use the trap bar a lot for the deadlifts and stuff like that, as far as for myself and for remote coaching, because it's a little bit safer on the individual than a regular conventional barbell deadlift. But the hinge and the hip power is the same, right? So we're trying to develop hip power because that's going to help with our sprinting off the box. And then a lot of single leg movements, right? We have, across the board of sports, right? Single leg movement is really going to help you become faster, more agile on the field, quick twitch, kind of like quicker in bursts, be able to change directions and stuff like that. So all of that kind of packed into a punch is what I kind of stay in there for. And I think a lot of people get kind of twisted up with like paintball specific training, as in like holding the gun and doing this and that, which I think has a place, but scaling it back to where like I've always said, like, train the human first before you train specifically. And you even if you just follow that simplicity to that equation, your performance on the field is going to explode, because so many people don't even have the control over our 6 foundational movements. And so you're really just going in there and practicing these 6 moves, and then watch how your performance on the field is just going to be tenfold.
Absolutely. There's 3 parts to the game. You have to And if you're not doing these 3 parts, there's somebody out there who is, and is going to have an extra step on you when you get onto the paintball field.
Yeah, the OTL athletes they're going to eat you up.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually trying to hit you up and see what you're cooking up. I'm trying to do an OTL,
Dude,
athlete regiment. You know what I'm saying? And
easy.
So you got to train in the gym. Obviously, you got to be in the gym. You got to be working out. You got to be doing at the park, whatever it takes. And then there's the gun in the hand. You got to do the drills. You got to do the meticulous, shots off the break and all the fundamental aspects. And then you have gameplay. If you're not working on all 3 of those, you're missing a step there. You know what I mean? And there's somebody who's either in your division or you're going to see as you climb the ranks that is doing that. So if you're not doing that, start to look into how you can implement those kind of things into your life. And OTL is an amazing way to do that. And I know you had some new stuff dropping as well on the IG. So I would like to talk with you about that.
Thank you.
We got it on the YouTube.
And I think you really nailed it too, Tyler. Like those 3 have to, like, those are our 3 pillars as a paintball player, right? And they need to be synergistic, right? They need to be working together. And OTL is just one. I tell my guys all the time, OTL is just one spoke to the wheel. You know what I mean? This is not an end all be all program. And training is just one spoke to that in efforts, right, to be the best player that we can be. And we really dive into mindset and training and all of that stuff. But if you're interested, please just reach out to me on social.
What is the Instagram? You got to drop that.
Yeah, what's the Instagram?
Yo, can I just gripe a little bit? My Instagram sucks, bro.
No, go follow. Come on.
My off the leash. It really needs work. Okay, I'm a one-man show, so my off the leash lifestyle is the IG at off the leash lifestyle.
Yeah.
The one that I'm on the most and the one that I manage is my own. So at Paddy Gleason, right? That's where you can find most of the stuff. And
well, look, we're getting it. We're getting it set right here. Off the leash lifestyle. Look for if you're listening right now, check out the YouTube. We got it. That's where people are going to go. So I love that we could go to the Paddy Gleason one, but let's get this one booming, brother.
I hear you. I hear you, man. Like I said, I'm a one-man show. I try to do so much, including the clothing. Let's fucking go. So the clothing, that's another passion of mine that I've kind of just bridged together with OTL. So we have we have clothes that kind of represent our mindset and our lifestyle, right? So just launching or just dropping whatever you may, some more clothing. I do that periodically all the time,
and it's fire.
Dude, I try to keep it fire, obviously. Thank you. I can't be coming out with no doo-doo. So gotta keep it swaggy. So I got that shark shirt coming out. That is my favorite right now that I've done so far. And then, I'm always a hat and beanie type of person. So I got a new hat coming out, a new beanie. And then down the pipeline, I got some more stuff coming probably right at the start of the year too. So I just, just kind of keep it flowing. So please make sure you go follow those, and so you can be updated on all the drops and when they come through. And let me just say, I love my OTL fam and the support that I've gotten, that have watched this journey basically through day one. So
that's what it's all about. And you also, when I was at Cup, you gave me this Brill muscle relief product. You've been working with them as well, so major love to them, because I know that they help you a lot. And that's
let me plug them real quick too. Brill is a buddy of mine that plays for the rugby team. He owns the CBD company, and they make a menthol rub. They make an Epsom salt,
phenomenal,
and then they make a gel. And it's the truth. It's in terms of recovery and just reducing inflammation and helping you bounce back. It's brillrecovery.com. Check them out. And I believe promo code OTL athlete gets you a little bit of a discount there.
There we go. Dude, awesome. You got to give us the tidbit of the rugby adventure, because you're saying you're training semi-pro rugby players? What's going on there?
No, this is Major League Rugby.
This is the real deal.
This is the real deal. What? Yeah, so I'm one of the strength and conditioning coaches for the Major League Rugby here. So our team is Seattle Seawolves. Dude, I never knew a lick about rugby before training these guys. I still don't. There's a fucking gang of rules to it that I have no idea. I just train them and make them stronger. And basically what I was just saying about paintball is what we do for rugby. You know what I mean? You assess what they need, and you just fill in the gaps from there. It's been just chalk it up to one of those things I'm blessed for, you know what I mean? And being in a position that I probably shouldn't be in, right? I don't have my strength and conditioning, like 4-year degree or master's in anything like that. I'm just a kid off the streets that stepped into this role, you know what I mean? And then chased after it and got it. So it's been tons of fun being in this environment, being part of a professional organization, kind of seeing how things run has been really cool. And also just that trickle down effect where it's like things that I learn here instantly gets trickled down into my OTL athletes and applied, and bringing that kind of high level performance to our sport.
Yes, sir. Well, yeah, you're a beast. It's no chance, no luck. You know, you work for every step, and that's why you're positioning yourself in the way that you are and doing such a great job with everything. So we can't wait to follow OTL. Everybody tap in on the socials and go follow that and be a part of the movement.
Bless. Thank you guys so much for having me. Like,
dude, you have a golden chair on PTG, and we have some
golden chair, golden tooth. Let's go.
Hey, let them know. Let them
all
know.
gold everything, baby. All gold everything. Got the gold chain. I see you.
Keep it swaggy. You know what I mean? No, I got this as my at Cup. We celebrated my 11th year on the 11th. So every time at Cup, I celebrate my year of recovery. So 11/11/11 is my clean date. I reached 11 years on the 11th. So I got myself that golden year chain right here.
So congrats.
Success comes in many different forms.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
man.
My goodness. What a feat. What an absolute feat, brother. And do you mind me asking if do you completely abstain from everything? Do you have a beer, occasional beer, or anything, or is everything off limits?
I've been clean. So substance, no alcohol, no weed.
Let's get a round of applause. Man. Come on, give them the round.
Hey, it's just a choice. It's just a choice. There's no judgment on anyone else.
That's tremendous, dude.
Because I like I said, I go hard in the paint, and it was nothing social about it. You know what I mean? It was just I couldn't handle myself. So no, I've been clean, and obviously blessings.
You know yourself well enough. You know you, and that doesn't work for your process or your system. You know, and you've transmuted that whole thing. And like I said, there's so many people that can relate with you, man, because it eats people alive. It really does. And to have a story like yours and have the type of love that you're sending out to so many people, we need more people to be a voice and a beacon for that. And what you've done is tremendous, man. So congratulations, and thank you for being that beacon for so many people, man.
Thank you. If I can just end or at least just get this out while it's on, addiction is definitely I felt like a disease of dereliction. Right. You come to a point to where you're just basically a golem of a human being, you know, and really the essence of life is human connection. Right. That's what we are as human beings is the search for human connection. So since I, got better, it's always been a sole purpose of mine to make as many human connection as possible, and also just be a good human being. And I always just say, keep your side of the street clean. You know what I mean? And good things will happen. And as long as you're working that good work and that straight and narrow, then things are going to be just attracted to you, and look at the fruits of the labor. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are amazing individuals. You guys have, pushed into my bubble, and I can only be so grateful to be here and to be exchanging stories and words of wisdom with two of the greatest. So let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Pumped. I'm pumped.
Hey, we're like,
you're the fucking man, dude.
I'm pumped, man.
Yeah. Paddy, I can't thank you enough. I look forward to having many more conversations with you. I know this won't be the last one. I'm sure we'll have some
Don't be shy, man. Come up and say hi.
Yeah. 100%. I'm not shy at events. I'm focused. There's a little bit of a difference. I'm also obsessive. I'm obsessive over that shit too. You know, it's funny. Nick Sloviak, he actually called me earlier today, but he's one of those players. I remember when I first got into the league, he had already been in the league for a little bit, and he would always come over and he'd be like making jokes. We're getting ready for a game. I'm sitting there and I've got my headphones in and I'm like 16, 18, 20. This would happen, And he would come over and he's like laughing and, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. And it would piss me the fuck off. I was like, I hate this guy.
I feel like in many ways I'm that way too. I'm just like, yo, what's up, guys? I haven't seen you since last event. What's good?
It was just like, I'm like so one track. Now I'm like, Nick Sloviak is one of the greatest people on planet Earth. You know, he truly is like one of my favorite humans. He's amazing. I understand it's a whole different, you know, I'm a whole different person at paintball events now. You know, you can't take it too seriously. It is very important. I think there's something to going through your progressions and treating it that way, because it's like it's definitely a part of my competitive nature. But you get to a point to where we have to enjoy these events. You know, I love going to these paintball tournaments and seeing each other, and I can't wait to see you at the next one. I know we'll sit down, we'll have quite a good conversation. But like Tyler said, man, you have a golden chair here. Welcome on PTG anytime.
And we're not letting you go. We're not letting you go that quick. We got
we got some Discord questions. We do have some Discord questions for you.
Oh,
yes,
shit.
we do.
Right.
That's right. Totally forgot about this.
Yeah.
Bada boom, bada bang.
I guess I do
got a little bit of time. So
all right, give us 2 minutes here. We got Kalen. Let's see. He's wondering, Paddy, should someone start getting healthier by training to get their mentality or by taking action first? Also, I'm a big Map Chim fan. What is it like playing with him and other legends on the team?
I'll address the Map question first. Map, I mean, you guys know Map. Map is a different individual. He is the coolest motherfucker that I know, man. Talk about another person that just hustles for his family and does it with a smile. You know what I mean? And just loves the people around him. So it's an absolute pleasure to have played with him, to call him a friend, and just to, you know, be in his story as well. So yeah, great. As far, can you go back to that, the original question?
His exact wording is, Paddy, should someone start getting healthier by trying, but I think he means training, to change their mentality, or by taking action first? But it says healthier by trying to change their mentality or by taking action first.
I feel that taking action would be going and trying. Let me just say what had gotten me through a lot of times, like where I don't want to do something, is I just tell myself, bring the body and the mind will follow. You know, so what basically means you just have to show up, and just stay consistent with doing that, and then your mindset will change. I don't feel like you wait for motivation to do anything, because motivation is fleeting. So if you really want to do something, then you need to be there physically, and then consistently do it. So then your mind can catch up with you, and then you kind of develop a passion or whatever you're looking for in that sense.
Crushed it. Absolutely.
100%. All right. We've got Chris Tucker. Paddy, with all your success in the training world and being one of the front runners in bringing an athletic body type into the game, where do you see the pros of paintball in the next 5 years?
Well, I mean, if they act right, then they'll be going forward. You know what I mean? I mean, if they act right. I mean, it could really go both ways there. No, I think it's been a slow progression. I mean, you guys were in the pro division obviously before me, but there was like, it's been progressively getting more athletic, right? I think what I have definitely stepped into the lane of is just that performance side of it. I think a lot of the training has been like aesthetic wise or fat loss and stuff like that, but now we focus more on like specific. And I would love to have like the fundings or the backing to do like more of these more like scientific backed data on things that we do on the sport, but that we're just not at that level. But so maybe in 5 years, maybe we'll be at that level to where we have companies coming in, like sports science companies coming in and evaluating us as athletes, right? And that's going to be next level, because then we really kind of see the numbers on some of these gaps maybe that we need to start filling.
Yeah.
So who knows? I would love to see it go into that direction.
Yeah, that would be really cool. And I'm guarantee we're going to see more of that kind of statistician stuff heading into the future. We got to get the numbers on the game, and we'll see that as we move forward for sure. And I know you got to go. You're on a tight schedule, and we
I'm actually
appreciate
supposed to be
you.
coaching a class here, PTG
All right.
fam. So I
Well,
appreciate you guys.
let's get you rocking.
Addy,
Hey,
thank you
dude.
so much, brother. You're
Thank you guys.
truly just a legend, man.
No.
Thank
It's
you.
all good.
We'll
Thank
get you back
you.
on.
I'm very humbled
Dude.
to be here, and I appreciate both of you guys.
Likewise.
Yeah, we're going to call you
Oh, yeah,
again
brother.
soon. We're having
Okay.
you back on. All right. Peace.
Happy holidays.
Have a great night.
Happy
fun.
holidays. Merry Christmas.
See ya. Merry Christmas.
Peace.
Yo,
There we go.
Paddy G in the building.
Sheesh.
Whew.
Animal.
Man, gave me chills having some of those conversations with him, man. What a legend, truly. Just what a great individual. What a great individual.
Dude.
Yeah,
The crazy thing about the universe is like Cody wasn't supposed to be on tonight. He was for some reason.
Yeah.
You know, like some reason we don't know, but that is gonna
for the
make,
listeners, because the listeners
Yeah.
don't know. Cody Mikowski was supposed to be on tonight. He had a little bit of a family emergency that he had to tend to, so we're gonna get him on here soon. But he wasn't able to make it, kind of last minute. And we're like, oh shoot, who are we gonna get on? And Paddy, someone we've wanted on for a while, and he totally cleared. Like we were like trying to fit the puzzle together of how we were gonna fit it in timing wise, and it ended up being just absolutely perfect.
Well, the universe doesn't miss, dude. It knows.
Doesn't miss.
It knows who needs to be in PTG. And thank you so much, Paddy, for hopping on the show. And we have a bunch of fun stuff that we've got going on throughout the remainder of the week. Obviously, we've got the holidays that are this weekend coming up, and then we will have another show before the end of the new year. But we've got the GOAT Extravaganza that is happening tomorrow, and that would be on Wednesday the 21st. There's still time for you to get in there. We're giving away over 30. I think everything. 35 plus. I don't know. We got a ton of stuff.
It's not a regular GOAT meeting. It is literally a Christmas party. So come hang out for the Christmas party. It's the GOAT Christmas party. We're going to have a ton of fun. I know Chris Odom, dominant paintball player, NFL all-star, superstar, paintball community ambassador. We all love Chris Odom. He said that he was bringing some adult beverages along. He's going to be having fun with some eggnog, some spiked eggnog. You know, we're going to have a good time. It's going to be a blast. Come join us. We're going to be hanging out, giving a ton of stuff away and having some good conversation. It's holiday season, you know, shoot, Christmas is around the corner. So come have fun with us tomorrow night. The only way to get access is you go to ptgpaintball.com, click the Patreon link, and sign up as a GOAT. You'll get access to the Discord, and you will be entered to win some of the. We have more than 30 prizes, I think. We're gonna have to jump right. We're gonna have to do prizes like off the bat, boom, prize, boom, prize, and then talk, and then boom, prize, and then chat, boom, prize. It's gonna be sick. I can't wait.
I think with everything, it's over 35 different prizes, and
sheesh.
Yeah, $35 is what it costs to get a ticket, essentially. And if you don't like it, you have a month where you can hang out with us in the Discord. If you don't like it, there's no obligations. You know what I'm saying? And I think that after you check out the Discord and see what's going on in the GOAT lounges, in these meetings with the community, people who don't know, Discord is one of the most fun spaces to have a chat room, and we have built it's a PTG city. I mean, it's an entire city that we've built inside of there, so you got to at least take a look at it and have some fun.
It's a Digicity.
Digicity.
Well, Ty, that was a great one. Thank you, brother.
Dude, they all are. Shout out to PTG World. Let's go, people.
Shout out to PTG World. This one was short and sweet, amazing, but we don't want to take up too much time. You know, I love that you guys listen to the podcast, but spend time with the fam. Join us in the GOAT meeting, and then let's continue to have a good time through these holidays.
Yeah, enjoy the holidays, everyone. We will see you next week for a fun one before the new year, and stay safe out there.
Love you guys.
Love you. Peace.
Peace. All right, everybody at PTG Nation, thank you guys so much for rocking with us. We hope you enjoyed the episode as much as we did. Truly, that was one of the greater conversations I've been able to have in a long time. Really, just kind of opening. It was very vulnerable. Really enjoyed it. Got a lot of love for that guy, Paddy. Just seeing him on the screen. You know, we haven't had many one-on-one, in-person interactions, but I truly admire the type of person he is, and the type of play that he brings to the field, and you know, when he plays, you can tell that there's a driving force behind his heart. So it was really awesome to be able to sit down and get a better understanding of that. We're gonna have to have him back on soon. Stumbling over my words here. It was just such an intense and fabulous episode. But we will have him back on the show here, you know, soon enough. As we told him, he's always got a seat. I'm sure he's somebody that a lot of people can benefit from listening to. If you guys don't follow him, make sure to go follow him. Off the Leash Lifestyle on Instagram. OffTheLeashLifestyle.com is their website. Or I forgot what his personal Instagram was. I think it's just Paddy Gleason. But make sure you guys give him a follow, show love, show support. And there's a lot of great things that you guys can benefit from as well. If you guys would like to make our monthly GOAT meeting, it's the GOAT holiday party. It is tomorrow, Wednesday. So actually, when you guys hearing this, maybe it's the same day, but it is Wednesday, the 21st at 6 p.m. Pacific time. All you got to do is go to ptgpaintball.com, click the Patreon link, subscribe under the GOAT level. It'll give you access to our Discord, and then we will send a link in the Discord to the GOAT meeting. The GOAT meeting is so dope. We got tons of giveaways, tons of all sorts of cool stuff. You don't want to miss it, and we hope to see you there to celebrate the holidays. All right, everybody. Peace.